we're back, and we just finished watching 2020's HUBIE Halloween, a Netflix original movie, I guess from the big windfall deal between Adam Sandler and Netflix. This story follows Huey Dubois, who is a resident of Salem, and kind of your put down upon...
He's basically the guy that all the town bullies really enjoy bullying and it seems to be almost a generational thing now.
Yes.
Even the young kids are hurling eggs and
javelins with
fire and giant monitors.
Old computer monitors.
This is a very silly movie.
This is a very silly movie.
Not realistic in any way.
Yes. So impressions. I'm going to go first. I admit I fell asleep during several portions of this movie, but I don't think enough to miss what was going on. I knew where the story was going. A lot of it's very predictable. It must be just a hangout day. He had a lot of actors, like marquee actors in this thing. Maybe not marquee, but there was like a lot of big name celebrities in this
There was a lot of his friends were in this movie.
And I mean, more than typical, I feel like. Like, even Murder Mystery didn't have this many people in it.
Well, I mean, Murder Mystery had more, like, marquee actors in it. This was more of the grown-ups gang, you know, Rob Schneider and Kevin James, Steve Buscemi making an appearance. That's almost like his troupe of actors when he's doing something that's just really just... Low-key, lowbrow, silly. I mean, I was surprised David Spade didn't show up.
I know, right? Yeah.
But he sort of has like two different groups of people that he works with, depending upon the level of absurdity of the film. And this was base absurdity. Like this was one step away from like really raunchy stuff. This was above that. It was like kids fair, but it still had like the troop of
very raunchy. I mean, I gotta be honest. I'm not a fan of this movie, but June Squibb, I loved her in this. I thought she was fantastic. Her wardrobe was amazing. I can't wait to be an inappropriate old woman that wears stuff like that. I thought that was amazing. But even she couldn't save this film for me. I'm out of the gate. I'm gonna tell you that I'm giving this movie a 4. There was some funny moments, but not enough to really put this over the top for me. The story was silly.
I have to say though, I haven't heard you laugh that loud in a long time when you saw
the shirts. That was the thing that made me laugh.
Those were my favorite part.
The shirts were amazing. And I just said I can't wait to be that crazy old woman that wears inappropriate stuff like that. But as far as the rest of the movie,
she said something pretty messed up. She said like she thought that one word meant mistake, but it did not mean mistake. Booner. Oh my god.
Yes. The first shirt.
Olive, what did you think of this?
What did you think of this movie?
It was good.
Yeah, what'd you like?
It was funny.
There's a lot of little funny bits in it,
but
right?
I didn't get to read the t-shirts.
Yes.
You should not read the t-shirts.
But I wanted to.
You don't get to read the t-shirts.
Yeah.
What did you think, Gracie?
I liked this movie. I thought it was funny. I laughed a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't take this film seriously in the slightest bit, so I'm not going to judge it on a harsher scale.
No, I'm not judging it on a harsher scale either, but I feel like this could have been better. Listen, if you want to hang out with your friends, that's fine, but streamline that process and work on a better script.
Yeah, I will agree with you there. It did get a little meandering.
It got a lot meandering, and like I said,
I think they were trying to go for like the whole false leads with the escaped lunatic and the possibly werewolf and whatnot. And they probably could have cut one of those things out of it.
They could have cut maybe more than one of those things out of it, and that's what I mean. Like that, it was too much.
What I mean with this, as far as like the storylines go, like either have the escaped lunatic or have the werewolf, but don't have both.
Both, right?
Because you wasted time with one of them. It was the same dead end.
Look wise, it was pretty fabulous. Obviously, really good production values on this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it looked great. The town looked great.
The town looked fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I was looking at it. I'm like, I'm not a fan of Boston or Massachusetts, but I would love to live where this is. Those beautiful houses and stuff, and just the art direction, the costuming, really well done. One of the things that I did like about this movie a lot was that freaking MacGyver thermos that Sandler had. That was just like, it just had everything in it, which was amazing.
It was like Daredevil's Billy Club. He
Yes,
had a grappling hook in it and everything.
Yeah, and but yeah, I really wanted to like this more because I feel like I'm one of those people that feels like there's a place in the universe for everything, but even this was just too much for me. And I think it was precisely for that reason. The story just took too long to get to where it needed to get, and I think that with a tighter script, I mean, they could have still done the whole,
How long was this movie?
I don't think it was that long at all. 102 minutes.
Really? That's it?
That's it.
It felt longer.
It felt longer. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I mean, I will agree with you that they could have tightened it up a little bit.
Because I love silly.
I love silly too.
Yeah.
Probably they could have tightened it up. They could have gotten rid of one of the false lead storylines. And I gotta be honest, one of the reasons why I hated Adam Sandler movies when I was younger was the whole voice thing.
Oh, I hated that too. I hated
it was
that
like
here.
I thought you stopped doing that.
Right.
I thought you realized after like Little Nicky, just stop it.
Right.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Wait, his voice in this?
Yeah.
I could barely decipher like half of what he was saying.
that was a problem for me. It would have been just better if he just spoke like a normal person. And in fact, like during the closing credits when like they're showing the sort of bloopers, I guess, you see him speak in his normal voice and you're like, oh
God, this would have been so much better.
Why didn't you just speak in your normal voice? I mean, the stupid voice, it isn't funny. It really isn't funny anymore. Maybe it was funny for stoners in the 90s.
Yeah.
But it's not funny anymore. Stop it.
I agree. I think that you lose a lot in that too, because it's like you're trying to listen and like, what is he saying? And he's the main guy. The story is all about him.
It gives you another layer of separation from liking that character, because there are points where I'm just like, you know what? I kind of don't like him. I don't feel bad for him because he's the way he's talking.
Yeah.
Just talk like a normal guy who was bullied. Like, don't give the bullies a reason. Just
it wasn't necessary. I agree.
It was
it
was an unnecessary.
And I don't know because I just I fell asleep during several parts of this movie, and I think at one point I heard myself snoring.
I had to like nudge you awake many times.
Yes. So yeah, this is a pass for me. I mean, if I was gonna rate it from a 1 to 10, I'd give it a 4.
Well, the kids, was there any parts of this film that you really enjoyed, as far as that were noteworthy, that you think, oh, this is one of the reasons why I really like this?
The shirts.
The shirts?
The shirts were amazing.
The shirts, yeah. The shirts are gonna notch this up a point for me.
Yeah.
Me too.
Olive.
And June Squibb is just...
She was fantastic.
She was pretty creepy in that one scene where he came into the house and she was smiling.
Sitting there. Yeah. But I mean, and it's funny because she, I mean, as stellar as a great rock star performance as she gave, she just couldn't save this movie to me.
Yeah, well, I felt she was just probably the best thing in it.
She was. She really
was.
Absolutely. I didn't really care for Julie Bowen.
She was really hamming it up, but I think
very
honestly, and this is the kind, if you're going to ham it up in a movie, this is the movie that you're going to ham it up.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I think June Squibb was my favorite. I also liked.
They're still doing those damn fireworks.
He didn't get a lot of screen time, but again, it's because there were so many people in this thing. I really liked Michael Chiklis. I really liked Steve Buscemi. I'm not a big Rob Schneider fan, but even he didn't annoy me in this.
Rob Schneider was in it for so
2
little.
minutes,
Most of the
maybe,
film, you don't really see him, and he's got his face covered. And I kind of, honestly, the only reason why I was like, oh, that's going to be Rob Schneider is because when they showed him in the big expanded shot, it was like he was very short.
Oh, I thought it was going to be David Spade because of the blonde hair.
Nah, a different build.
David Spade's more wispy.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Olive, was there anything in this that you thought was really funny that you want to like flag?
I mean, I thought the t-shirts were really funny again, but
you didn't even read them.
Even though you didn't read them?
You didn't even know what they said.
I think she saw some of them, but she didn't get to read
I saw
the
boner.
What about was there anything else aside from the t-shirts that you thought was funny?
I thought when hold on. Get back to me in a few seconds.
Well, again, not to rip anybody, but I didn't see why Violet had children. Like, that didn't make sense to me. They were sort of that storyline was very tacked on. Maybe the only one she should have had was the son, because he actually interacts with another person and has I guess a budding relationship with her.
Yeah.
But as far as the daughters,
wait. I was kind of confused when those two girls come across the psycho.
Yeah, the pig.
Yeah, what happens? Does he just run away?
I guess.
No, he told them the shortcut to get to their house.
Yeah.
Remember when they opened the door and
Hubie's there and
he's like, they're like, oh, I can't find my sisters. And he's like, oh, well, they're right here. Yeah. And he says, oh, they took I ran into them going through the shortcut that only me and Richie knew. And Richie was the psychic.
Oh, I never pieced stuff like that together.
Yeah. So, I mean, I felt like the girls were tacked on and not really necessary.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to play a bigger part, especially Cookie, for some reason, but then that didn't pan out.
It was sort of they were just sort of there to show that they were just like good kids, that there were some good kids amongst the crowd of just complete animal children. Because all the other kids in the town were horrible.
Just horrible,
except for the girlfriend or the love interest.
Yeah.
I
don't know. There was just
the only nice kids were Julie Bowen's kids.
Yeah. And they were all adopted or something?
They were all adopted. They adopted the son first, and then they adopted two girls later on.
Yeah. I don't know.
Really? I thought the little kid wasn't adopted. I thought you said that she wasn't.
No, I'm pretty sure they were all adopted.
No, she never actually had kids with Kevin James.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't with him very long.
She was with him for 3 years.
I think they said 3 or 4 years.
Right.
No, 3 years and 4 years divorced.
Okay. Well,
and they've been out of college for longer than 7 years. I don't care.
So, Olive, have you figured out any scenes that you thought were funny?
Probably not.
All right. Fair enough. I mean, again, I think the costuming was great. Kudos to whoever the wardrobe person was for this movie. Set direction, fantastic. The way they did that house, Hubie's house for Halloween, was fantastic. I can't wait to be one of those people that just completely litters their front property with just random tons of Halloween stuff. Some good performances. I thought Ray Liotta was good.
I mean, Ray Liotta was also kind of hamming it in. Everybody was hamming it in.
He was, but his performance didn't bother me like hers for some reason. I think because he was supposed to be a jerk, I think it came across better.
Well, I think because with her, it was like she loved Hubie
since first grade,
and I gotta be honest, she liked him because he was a super nice guy, and
that doesn't happen.
And she just ended up marrying Kevin James for some bizarre reason, and and then suddenly she's just really almost stalkerish in the way she looks at him
and talks.
Wait, hold on. Remember that scene when he's on the news station and he's basically kissing the camera, and then she kind of starts kissing the TV.
She crawls across the floor and starts making out with the TV set in front of her children.
Yes, very cringy.
She was very over the top. So
she was very
Ray Liotta's performance was a bit more grounded.
But it fit for the character.
It fit for the character.
Yeah, I don't know what she was doing. It was it just smelled like middle-aged suburban. I don't know.
It was
trying to get some. I don't know what was going on there.
It's an absurd comedy, so it fits.
I think June Squibb was the GOAT in this.
She was the best.
I think maybe Ray Liotta was good. I mean, after her, maybe the second best performer. I liked Michael Chiklis, even though he didn't have big of a role. I liked Steve Buscemi in it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This movie exhausted me.
Well, Kevin James was good too.
Kevin James was alright.
He's always entertaining.
He was alright. He didn't seem to be. I don't know. You know what? Mama said, "Don't say anything if you can't say anything nice." So I'm just gonna wrap it up. I give it a 4. G, what would you give this movie?
You're terrible, Mama. That movie was actually good.
I'd give this a 7. This movie made me laugh.
Okay. What about you, Olive J? What do you think?
I give this an 8.
What would you give it?
I'd give it a 5.5, but those t-shirts jack it up to a 6.
Yeah, those t-shirts.
Those
I was like, where do I
ridiculous.
get some of those t-shirts? Because I was like, I am sold. This is the woman that I want to live next to. She's amazing.
This movie needs its own clothing line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, if you're gonna do something with this Netflix, my advice is just have HUBIE Halloween merchandise.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
mostly the shirts.
Mostly
please.
the shirts, please. Yeah, the movie itself was kind of mediocre, which is unfortunate because I really, really liked Murder Mystery. I thought that was great.
Murder Mystery was great, yeah.
Yeah, everything about that was really great. And again, he didn't really the voice thing. Yeah, I agree with you.
Honestly, I would have ranked this higher were it not for the voice.
At one point I looked at you, and I think actually even before we saw it, I was like, "Is he trying to do like a Bill Murray from Caddyshack?"
Yes, there was a point where he sounded just like Bill Murray from Caddyshack.
Yeah, and I was just like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, I got the voice.
Yeah, it was just too much.
It was just too much.
Yeah.
It's too distracting. You got something funny to tell me, just tell me.
Yeah.
It's not like as though Adam Sandler has this sophisticated British accent he's got to subvert to get humor across.
Yeah.
Your voice is fine. Just stop with the goofy voices. It's not helping. And it's was his voice appealing to you kids?
No.
Did it make him funnier to you, Olive? His voice?
No.
I didn't give a crap about it.
I'm going to answer and say no. It was not funnier.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not working with the kids. It's not working with the adults.
And I agree with you. I think it made certain things harder to hear. Like what did
there were
say?
certain lines he said I could not decipher what the hell he said.
Yeah, but I didn't care. I wasn't invested enough to tell you to stop and go back. So yeah, I mean, again, actors don't do stuff like that.
Christian Bale it.
I was just gonna say this is the reason why, as good a movie as the second Batman was, everybody had problems with it because of that ridiculousness that he had going on.
Yeah.
And I like that guy as an actor, but I was like, geez Louise, you needed to tone that down a bit, my friend.
Yeah, or just give him a voice modulation and a post or something like that.
Just be done. Yeah.
Anyway,
right, that's it from us. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll come back with another review soon. Good night.
Night.
Night.